Good morning. Good morning and happy Wednesday from a very cold Colorado. Our weather just went from like 101 degrees to 32 in the span of 24 hours. And we actually have enough snow to coat the grass and the roofs of the houses. So it was quite a surprise to wake up to snow yesterday. But I tell you what, send your prayers because Colorado and California and parts of Oregon and Wyoming are on fire, and we need God to bring some serious rain. But that is not what we're here to talk about today because I trust the Lord will bring rain. What we are here to talk about today is our continuation for the month of September to talk about rest. So today I want to say, do you really wonder how to get rest? We talked a little bit about it last week. Do you wonder what it feels like to have God's rest? Do you desire to fully experience God's rest in all areas of your life? If your answer is yes, then let's go a little deeper here and explore how to tap into God's rest and how it feels when we do. Before we get started, let me know if you're here live. Just type live in the chat. If you're here on the replay, just drop a little replay and let me know where you are watching from. So if you're in Denver, just say, hey, replay Denver or live Denver or wherever you're coming from so I can get to know you guys a little bit better. So today's verse, actually verses, I have two for us today, is Exodus 33:13. And then the second verse will be Acts chapter 3, verse 20. So let's read these together. First, Exodus 33, verse 14 in the NIV. The Lord replied, "My presence will go with you, and I will give you rest." And the Lord, and Amplified says, "And the Lord said, my presence shall go with you, and I will give you rest by bringing you and the people into the promised land." The Message says, "My presence will go with you. I'll see the journey to the end." So here we have the Lord telling us that he gives us rest, and it's his presence that will go with us. His presence will go with us, and his presence will give us rest. Here we have Acts chapter 3, verse 20 in the English Standard. Times of refreshing may come from the presence of the Lord. That's the key right there. The time of refreshing comes from the presence of the Lord. In the Amplified, it says, "The times of refreshing may come from the presence of the Lord, restoring you like a cool wind on a hot day." Have you felt that? Have you experienced that when it's a really hot day and you feel this cool wind coming? It's refreshing, isn't it? There are times in our life when we get into the place and we just need a refreshing, a cool wind from the Lord because, man, we've been going through some stuff. And he says it's in that time of refreshing comes from the presence of the Lord. Two more. The Passion Translation says, "Times of refreshing will stream from the Lord's presence." Can you picture that? Can you picture a stream and having that much refreshing just because you're tapping into God's presence? The Message says that it's his presence that will pour showers of blessing to refresh you. It's not just the presence. It's not just the rest. It's not just the refreshing, but it's showers of blessing. His presence is where we find rest. It's where he gives us rest. His presence is what brings refreshing. And there's more. His presence is with us through the entire journey. From where we are right now to the promised land he has for us, he says he'll be with us the entire way. His presence will go with us. He'll be with us the whole time. His presence is like a stream. It's where he pours out blessings on us. If you are in a season where you need God's refreshing, God wants to give you rest. He wants to show up and shower blessings on you. So let me encourage you to sit in a quiet place with the Lord and invite his presence. Let his presence bring you rest. You may be thinking about, well, how exactly do I do that? How do I invite his presence? One of the ways I do that is I just sit quietly with the Lord and I open my Bible and I read. Other ways I do that is I just sit with my eyes closed and I play some really good worship music that invites the presence of the Lord, and I sit and I wait and I say nothing with just my heart open for God to come. Let's start by declaring this verse today. God, I thank you for your word.